Pathological narcissists are people that are based in their shame and they're unable to move past their pride. This is what we call victim abuser consciousness. So understand that if the pathological narcissist is the abuser, then in this particular instance, you'll be the victim. There is no loving, kind, healthy relationship that you can have with one of these individuals. So understand that you did your best, and it did not matter the amount that you poured into them, because you were pouring into a black hole. These black hole beings pretend to be human beings. Pathological narcissists are people that abandoned their true selves in childhood for a false self. The false self is what you call the mask. The mask is what you fell in love with. The actual person themselves they don't really have a true personality. They are a mimic. And what I mean by this, for example, is if the narcissist comes around you and you like R&B music, then all of a sudden they like R&B music. If that narcissist comes around me and I like jazz music, then all of a sudden they're going to like jazz music. They do not have a stable base because they abandoned their true selves in childhood. What they have been working on is their false self. They have been working on their ego, and they are predominantly their ego. And this is why you need to boost their ego. They need your energy. They need your attention because you're trying to boost their ego. And here's the thing about egos, people. Egos have an insatiable desire to be fed. There's no amount of energy that you can pour into a narcissist that will sustain them, because what they need to sustain them is their spirit, and they abandon their spirit in childhood. This is why they're stuck at the age, somewhere between the age of about 5 and 12 years old. If we had to give it an average, then these individuals did not develop past the age of about 7 or 8 years old. Again, severe arrested development. They died in their childhood years. What developed instead of spirit was a false self. The ego developed and their spirit shriveled up. There's nothing that you could have done differently, and with that comes forgiveness, which is transcending lower emotions to get to a higher state of vibration. And you are forgiving yourself for not knowing what you could not have known when you needed to know it. There's nothing normal about pathological narcissists. There's nothing normal about the walking dead. Their spirit died in childhood, which is why now they're filled with darkness. Because what is spirit? Spirit is light. It is light force. It is source. It is source energy. And their energy is low. And I mean low vibrational beings. These people are walking black holes. They consume. And understand that if you are spirit, then this means that you are light. And black holes absorb light. And they come to drain you of your energy. Because they're parasites. This is what parasites do. So it is important that you understand who pathological narcissists are, so that you can discern who they are and not project your consciousness onto them. So that you can discern and not look at life through rose-colored lenses to see who is actually in front of you. And there are 4 main characteristics that you can use to identify a pathological narcissist. And this is number 1, they're highly grandiose people. So they believe that they are better than others and they are superior. And this is to hide their pathologically low self-esteem. Number 2 is that they require excessive amounts of energy and attention. And again, this is because you're feeding their ego. Number 3 is that they are empathy impaired, so they do not have the ability to put themselves in other people's shoes. Because again, we're talking about arrested development. They did not develop to the level of empathy and love and kindness. Again, they're based in shame. They can't move past their pride. And number 4 is that they are pathological liars. And what do we mean by pathological lying? They are addicted to lying. They have been practicing this since their childhood years. They have been practicing manipulation, practicing triangulation, practicing deception since their childhood years. And this is why they are so good at it, because it is practiced behavior. What you practice becomes perfect. They have been practicing gaslighting, practicing emotional blackmail, and playing the victim. Like a wounded dog that turns around to bite you. Understand who pathological narcissists are. They are deceivers that go around trying to dupe individuals, trying to take you for everything that you have, to leave you homeless and penniless and drained of all your energy. Understand that there is nothing that you could have done differently to change the circumstances. You did not have the information, and with that, you have to forgive yourself. There's nothing normal about pathological narcissists. They are the walking dead. The dead that you have to be concerned about are the walking dead, not the dead bodies in caskets. Those dead are obvious. And I did a previous video where I mentioned that it is important that you understand that Earth is 85% dark. And what I mean by this is that not that everybody is a pathological narcissist, but their vibrations are closer to being dead than alive. It's closer to being unconscious than conscious. 85%. If you have 100 people standing in front of you, 85% of that lot is out. They're too unconscious. They will not make good friends. They will not make good intimate partners. They will not make good business partners, etc. They're too close to unconsciousness. For example, you may have went through the narcissistic smear campaign where they spread lies about you. And you may have had family members, friends, or other individuals that listen to them against you. Again, all of those people, their vibration are closer to the narcissist than they are to your vibration as an empathetic, kind person, as a high vibrational being. 85%. Earth is 85% dark, which means that you have to adjust your cells to discern the dead from the living. Understand that the dead will try to mirror the living because they want your life force energy. This is how they operate, just like zombies, just like vampires. They are the walking dead. So use the pain to push you forward into ascension, because understand that you have no business being in the third dimension. What you will find in the third dimension is abuse, chaos, trauma, and drama. And that is the vibrational state that pathological narcissists are stuck at. And they also want you to be stuck with them, because misery loves company. And understand that as the living, you should not be communing with the dead. You bury the dead. You let go of the dead, because when you let go, you can ascend. And I do not care if the dead is an intimate partner, could be a parental figure, could be a friend, could be a boss, could be a co-worker, etc. Do not commune with the dead. Otherwise, you'll see where you will also start to die, because you're picking up their vibration. You're lowering your vibration. You're lowering your standards. Get the courage to walk away and stay away. You have no business being in the third dimension. And ascension, again, is forgiving yourself. Forgiveness is letting go of negative emotions in order to ascend. So understand that it is of the utmost importance that you master your energy. It is of the utmost importance that you let go of these toxic individuals. Because again, peace is on the other side of abuse. Abuse is negative. Abuse is not love. Pathological narcissists are incapable of love. They don't even love themselves. They don't exist. They did not love themselves. That is why they abandoned their true self for a false self. And that is also what they want you to do. This is why it feels like you're losing yourself in these entanglements, because you are losing yourself. This is because you're communing with the dead. You should be communing with the living. Other people that are on a similar vibration as you. So what we're talking about here is the fourth dimension or higher. People that are working on themselves. Headed to enlightenment. Headed to self-actualization. People that want their third eyes open. People that are raising their vibration. The only thing that pathological narcissists will do is drain you of your life force. Because they are parasites. Parasites exist. Understand who the parasites are and avoid them. Do not let them attach to you. Let this be a learning lesson and understand that pathological narcissists don't make sense because they are the walking dead. You were taught, like most of us were taught, that the dead were people that are in caskets, or the bodies that are in caskets. Understand that a lot of the people that are walking around here are dead. Earth is 85% dark. However, understand that this just means that you have to adjust your sales. There are empathetic, kind people, light workers, starseeds, chosen ones out there looking for people that are exactly like you. Those are the people that you should be communing with. They are your equals, people that have been working on their self, that have been working on their connection to spirit. Not people that have been working on their false self and been working on manipulation. You do not want a pathological narcissist in your life because they are parasites. Don't coddle parasites. Don't nurture parasites. Cut off their supply, and you will see where they run off to find another supply, because that is what parasites do. All right, good people, we're gonna stop off here into this video, but understand that you must forgive yourself to transcend. You must forgive yourself to ascend. You are doing everything right in the relationship, but more so it is that you are not equally yoked with the individual. There are people out there that want the love that you have to give, and they can also receive your love. This person is just not a pathological narcissist. Thank you all for watching. Ensure that you are subscribed for more empowering content. Please go ahead and like these videos. Share these videos with someone that you think may need them. So if you have any questions or feedback, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.